Okay. So we'll start with a little yoga today, gentle stretch class, and then we'll get into some, core work at the end more so. And I might use a TheraBand, so keep a TheraBand or a towel handy, and just let your head sink into the floor. You can play around with tipping your chin down towards your chest and releasing that, kind of lengthening through the back of the neck or lifting the chin and just seeing where that feels good for you today. Take quite a few deep breaths. We'll sit in here for a second. Breathing into the back rib cage. Feel the scapula engage across the back space, and you can lengthen out from the armpits, stretching the fingertips towards the front of the mat. One more deep breath in and exhale that out. Again, stretching under the armpits a little more, opening up the back and releasing that tailbone down towards the floor. Engage the core, slowly roll up to all fours. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Pull the belly in, just feel neutral spine for this moment as we've shifted our weight into our hands a little bit more. Dip the chin a little bit and feel the length of the back of the neck. Breathe in, fill the back rib cage with air, and then exhale, breathe out. Pull that belly in towards the spine. Take a few supported breaths here. And then on your next exhale, curve the spine towards the ceiling. And drop the head, drop the sacrum, push away into the floor through the hands. On the inhale, open up the body into a nice arch position. And then exhale, curling again, scooping through, dropping the weight of the head. Opening, inhale, arch. And curving, exhale, scoop. Inhale, arch one more time. And curving. Exhale, scoop. Come back into our neutral spine. Now feel like the tailbone is tipping you back through space. And just reach back into your child's pose. You can open up the knees a little wider this time and really just sink in between the thighs. Letting the forehead rest back on the floor. You can let the elbows rest if you want as well. And take a few deep breaths here, opening up that back rib cage again. Just bringing gentle awareness and stretch and breath into some tight spaces of the body. And gently rolling, tuck that tailbone, engage the backs of the legs, rolling up into all fours again. Squeeze the knees a little closer together and adjust so that your hands are underneath your armpits. And again, curl back, shift the weight this time. So just shifting back onto the shins. And then as I take my head tail into my arch, wrap the elbows in towards the rib cage into a slight little push-up position. And again, curling back through space. We'll take this 4 times. And opening arch. And again, curling, push, exhaling. Let the head move with the spine, changing position each time. And last time, curling, shift, and open. Inhale, come into neutral spine on all fours. We're just going to extend the right leg back, flex through that heel. Feel a half plank position. Inhale here, push into the back rib cage. So open the scapula here, and then exhale, squeeze the front rib cage together. Inhale. Now lift the head, open the chest into a slight arch position, but try not to shift your weight side to side. So really keep that weight in between the knee and the extended heel. And then curve the spine here, keeping again through that flexed heel in the back, and open arch. Inhale. Try not to shift into that bent knee hip, but keep it nice and centered. And exhale, curling. And one more time. Inhale. Stabilizing on that left leg, and curl, exhale. Extend back into our pseudo plank. Bend the right knee, and then curl back into our little child's pose, taking the weight off of the hands. Again, take a stretch through the armpits. Inhale into back rib cage, and exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Roll up the spine, come into all fours. Squeeze the knees a little bit closer together. Extend that left foot back into our fake plank position. And again, make sure you haven't shifted your weight towards the right hip, but you're really pushing into the inner thigh here and trying to lift up onto the femur head. And from here, we're gonna open, exhale, or inhale into arch, and then exhale, curve. Finding that slight rotation in that weird bent femur. And again, inhale, arch. Feel how the pelvis connects, and exhale, curl. And inhale, arch. And exhale, curl. Last time, inhale, arch. And exhale, curl. And reach that left knee back into all fours. Shift position into child's pose. Again, big inhale in. And exhale out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Roll up the spine. Let's just take one of those little series. So we're going to curl back, shift the weight, inhale, or exhale. Inhale, arch, squeeze the elbows, little push-up position. From here, I'm going to shift the knees to my right side, curling and just kind of sink back into that little stretch we have. Then I shift, open that left knee, reach into the rib cage, twist the spine as much as possible. So just opening up that left side of the body, feeling the rib cage separate here. Lift into that left hand. So I really want to lift out of that shoulder joint. And then take the hand down, the elbow down, the head, sequencing through the spine. Squeeze the knees together. Shift back into that left hand, left lower sacrum stretch. And then come back through center. Neutral spine. Shift the weight, curl. And open, arch, shift. Little push up. And flip the knees, the feet. Curl from the right side, right sacrum. And I'm going to open that right knee, lifting towards the ceiling, pushing into the left armpit, twisting and lifting out of that right arm. I got like someone's pulling my arm up towards the ceiling and opening that right side so I can feel it in my oblique stretch. Nice twist, pull the belly in and lengthen. And then my hand replaces my shoulder, my head, all the way down through that right sacrum stretch again. And we come back through center. We're going to shift our weight back. And we're going to open, push up forward. We're going to reach the right toe back, flexing through that heel. Take that arch again, pushing into two shoulders. Opening up the front of the body. Exhale. And then come back to center. And again, shift the weight back. And inhale forward. And flex that left toe, reaching. Take that arch position, opening up the front of the body. Inhale here. And exhale. Lift the left knee, come back through center. We're going to curl, instead of shifting the weight, take your right knee off, left hand off, and pull that knee in towards the spine. From here, open up the left arm towards your ear, slide the toe along the floor, and now lift into that arch position. So really reaching the left fingertips away from the right toes. Inhale and exhale, draw through center. And again, trying not to shift the weight side to side on the bent leg. Curl the spine, left knee comes in, right hand reaches. Open the spine. Just find this nice length, pushing into the left shoulder joint and establishing long spine. From here, lift into our arch position and lift at the right fingertips, left toe away. Inhale and exhale, replace. One more time, right knee, left fingertips. Pull in, you can push into that left knee and open up, slide the toes, reach near the ears. Lift up, arch, inhale, and exhale, replace. Last time, left knee comes in, right hand touches knee, curl the spine. Open, sliding toe away from fingertips. Find the length. Inhale, lift, arch, and exhale, replace. Last thing we do, curl the right knee in, two hands on the floor. I'm going to slide that right toe along the floor, squeezing the inner thighs. Let's just pulse a few times here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just hovering that right foot off the floor. And 10. I'm going to turn out that right toe. Push into the left thigh. So again, I'm not sinking back and I'm trying to keep this shin in line. Twist open with the spine, reaching through that right side rib cage again. Inhale, lift higher, and exhale. Right fingertips, head, twisting the spine. Come back to that left knee, squeeze the inner thigh, centering, and draw the knee in. Left knee curls. Extending back, slide into the diagonal, and pulse here, squeezing the inner thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn out the left leg. Push and continually push into the right thigh. You can put that heel on the floor in the back and open up into your twist. Inhale, reach high, opening up that left side of the body, and exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, come back, head, shoulders. Find parallel position. Lift up in the belly and draw the left knee in. Good. From here, let's just tuck our toes, and we're going to reach into our downward dog position. Nice and easy, shifting the weight back into the heels and dropping the head. So shake the head out. Any tension, release it. Inhale and exhale, sinking into the heels. Take 2 more deep breaths here, just taking a moment to center and calm the mind. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Lift the heels, bend the knees back down, sink into a child's pose. Keep the knees wide again. Really stretching into that front space, opening up the front chest and the back rib cage. And breathe. Sinking further towards the floor. Try to just drip all of your weight down through the center of the legs. One more deep breath here. And exhale. Roll up the spine gently. Come to all fours. We're going to come back into our downward dog. So squeezing the knees slightly together. Lift the toes and push back into our downward dog position. Drop the weight of the head. Maybe bend one leg and sink into that calf stretch a little deeper, and then bend the other leg. So treading the feet here. Breathing in, pushing out of the shoulders. and change, and change, and change, change, and change. From here, walking those feet towards the hands. Just take a little hang over here. You can grab the elbows and release the top of the head. A little forward fold. Let the sacrum drip down. Feel like water is just falling off the spine from the center of the sacrum all the way down the middle spine and into the top of the head. Breathe into the back rib cage and exhale. And again, one more time. And exhale. Bend the knees, slowly roll up the spine. So really trying to feel the sacrum drop down, the lower spine, the middle spine, rolling up into the thoracic spine. So really taking this curve and then standing tall. From here, we'll just take a few sun salutations. So I'm going to reach up, draw everything towards the ceiling, and then prayer position, fold everything forward, rolling down the spine. Lift up into a flat back position. Fingertips just graze the shins, pull the belly in, and lower the spine down. Bend the knees. You can step back into your plank position and slowly lower, elbows wrapping towards the rib cage. Shift forward slightly and push up into your upward dog position, opening up the front of the chest. You can lift the head from the back occiput. Tuck the toes, downward dog position. Breathe in here and exhale. Walk the knees forward, or feet forward, and the knees, hopefully. And then roll up the spine, stacking tall. And again, take this position right here. Feel like you're pressing your upper back in towards the ceiling. And stand tall. And again, spiral pinky out, lift, inhale. Prayer position, drip down the front of the body. Exhale all the way forward. And inhale, lift, flat back position. And exhale, fold. Place the hands on the floor, inhale, plank. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Big breath here. And exhale out. Every time you exhale, feel like your heels sink further into the floor. Feel like your arms push slightly further away into the heel of the hand, and that everything's just kind of sinking and dripping in towards gravity. Lift the heels, walk the feet forward. Forward fold, bend the knees, rolling up the spine. Again, curving into the thoracic spine. Bend the knees, lift, spiral pinky up, and drip down the front of the body, rolling. We'll take this 2 more times, just a little faster pace. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Plank position, inhale, and exhale, lower. Inward lift up, and exhale, downward dog. Big breath here, and exhale. Lift the heels, walk forward. You can also jump or float depending on what you're feeling today. Roll up the spine, stacking tall, and spiral pinky lift. And dripping forward. And little flat back. And exhale, fold. And out to plank. And lowering. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. From here, take our right foot forward. We're going to just gently stretch out that back leg. So keep the heel lifted. And you can either, or you could put the back heel on the floor if that feels better. Whatever you're feeling today. And really just kind of sinking into that left hip flexor stretch. If you're supported, you want to push up through the abdominals and push down through this right hamstring. And really just kind of letting that left hip flexor open for a few seconds. Take a little twist here. So left hand on the floor, right hand reaching towards ceiling. And breathe in. Exhale, pull the belly in. And then come back through center. Flip the foot, the back foot. So I'm going to put my back pinky metatarsal on the floor, establishing warrior one position. The heels are in line with one another. I'm going to push down into the legs, rolling up the spine, and come into a little standing position. You can have your hands on your hips. Curl, shift the left hip forward through space. And at the same time that you're trying to push the left hip forward, I'm trying to push the back pinky toe down onto the floor. So there's a little outward rotation happening in that back leg. Really just kind of sinking into that opening of this hip in the back. If you can, try to bend the front knee further. Taking your time with this stretch. Breathing in, pull the belly in. You can always be holding on to something too if you need some extra support. From here, take our left arm up, spiral the pinky towards the ceiling, and then reach that arm towards your ear. So try to lift higher through the left side, left rib cage opening up as I'm pushing my back pinky toe onto the floor. And then from here, take that into a nice little arch position, opening up the front of the chest. Breathe in and exhale out. Coming forward with the torso all the way back down to the floor. Plank position here and lower the body. Opening up into our upward dog, push down into the floor. And back into our downward dog position. Couple breaths here. See if there's any difference between the left and right side of the body. Breathing in and neutralizing through downward dog. We'll take our left foot forward. And again, feel that back hip flexor stretch for a few seconds. So just sinking into that right hip, opening up the hip flexor. Even if you wanted to come down for a few seconds and really stretch out that right hip flexor and then come back up to our supported position. Again, pushing down through the left hamstring, lengthening out the back heel. Pull the belly in, adjust the right hand, come a little closer to the foot and twist the spine. Breathing in and exhale, twist, pull the belly in. And breathe in again. And exhale, twist. Come back through center. We're going to flip that back foot again, dropping onto an angle. Heels are in line with one another. Try to push into the back fifth metatarsal and roll up the spine to standing. Flipping the right hip forward and pushing into that back fifth metatarsal with our right foot. Opening up the right leg. Pull the belly in. And breathe here. Sink a little lower into our left leg if I can. And opening up oppositionally from right knee to back heel. Spiral the right fingertips, lifting up towards the ceiling. Arm comes to ear. I'm going to open, reach towards the sky, opening that right side rib cage. And then from there, center the body. Open up slightly into a little arch position if you can. Just reaching through the back space. Inhale and exhale. And then come forward. Back to our plank position. Slowly lower the torso down. And just take a moment here. Flip the cheek to the side. Palms can face the ceiling. Just give your tailbone a little wag. So I'm just rocking the pelvis back and forth through space. I can change my cheek if I want, just to feel that gentle stretch on the opposite side. Good. If we can, grab our TheraBand or towel. We're just going to stay on our bellies for a second. Mine's far away. So onto our bellies. Take the TheraBand behind you. And you want it relatively taut around the pelvis area. My hands are still, my palms are still facing the ceiling, so my thumbs are in towards my hips. I'm gonna flip my chin to the floor. I'm gonna roll a marble away and feel like my pubic bone pushes into the ground, opening up the shoulder joint, and just lift everything into a little extension here. Pull the belly in, and then now lengthen through the back of the head. So drop the chin so you're looking at the floor. I'm holding and breathing. And then lower down, nice and slow. Flip the chin, relax the arms. We're gonna do that again, and I'm gonna open my hands a little wider this time. So kind of opening up through underneath the scapula and rhomboid area. So lifting head, neck, chest, opening shoulders, roll the scapula down the back. Now open the arms a little wider and hold here. Again, look at the floor. Breathe in and pull the belly button in. Just holding and resisting here through that opening chest stretch. And lower down. Flip the cheek. Relax the shoulders. Breathe in. And exhale. One more time, lift head, neck, chest up. A little wider here. And as you're here, we're gonna pulse our arms out. So I'm gonna push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull the belly button in. 8, 9, 10, and lower down. Relax everything. Hello, Braddock. Good. You can release that TheraBand. We're going to come up, keep it close there. We're going to come out to a kneeling position, actually. So push back into our kneels, almost to our child's pose. But I'm just going to sit and kneel. Slightly face you. Take the TheraBand in front of you. Just to do some shoulder stretches. So, slightly taut. My thumbs are facing in towards one another. Pull the belly in so that I'm really stacking tall. And if this ever gets uncomfortable on your knees, you can always flip to a seated position. So I'm gonna drop the shoulders forward and open up. And let's just pulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And release that. I might take it a little shorter for myself, give myself a little more resistance. And again, so if my hands are kind of grazing the outsides of my thighs, I'm going to push my shoulders back and forward so that they actually are pushing through space and my arms are slightly lifted now. Yeah, so relax the arms, lengthen the elbows. This is just kind of a neutral position. I'm going to push forward using the biceps, using the pectoral muscles, and I'm going to push the arms forward, opening up through the back scapula. Hold here and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go again. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Just kind of widening through the triceps. 8, I don't know, 9. That feels like 10, yeah? And relax, good. Give your shoulders a little gentle circle. And then reverse that other way. Really just kind of gently moving the shoulder around. You're not trying to muscle anything too much. All right, from here, take a little rotation. So again, I'm pushing the shoulders forward through space, lifting the arms up overhead. I'm going to open through the back space, rotating. Keep going if you can. And then I'm going to drop down towards my butt and heel area. I'm going to push the shoulders back again, opening up through the front space. Nice, smooth action. And then I'm going to push forward onto the knees. I'm going to give myself a little more resistance. And again, elbows extend. Push the shoulders forward first, reaching. So it's a big shoulder action, not necessarily an arm action. Pull the belly in, lift the shoulders high, open through the back space. Widening the TheraBand, keep a good grip. And then this shortens the TheraBand as I get towards my heels. I'm going to open the shoulders again, pushing almost my hands towards the back wall as much as possible. Coming up overhead, nice smooth action. and lower. Good. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. 2 more times. Pushing shoulder forward, lifting up overhead, reaching tall. Pull the belly in, open through the back space, open shoulders, and relax towards the heels. Now push the shoulders down and back, reaching, allowing the TheraBand to stretch side to side. The TheraBand shortens as I get towards the front space. Keep those shoulders wide so I feel a stretch in my trapezius, and lower. And one more time. Pushing shoulders forward, reaching up towards the ceiling, opening the TheraBand, opening the shoulders through the back space, and coming towards the heels. And last time, shoulders reach, pushing towards the back space. Feel the stretch, opening the pectorals. Now feel the shoulders pushing forward. Feel the scapula widening down the back and lower. Release the TheraBand. Just take a couple of shoulder rolls up and back. Nice and smooth. And reverse that back to front. And release that. Good. We'll just sit on our sides here and we can roll back onto our back space. So 2 feet on the floor and rolling back the spine. Nice and easy. Gentle rock and roll. From here, let's just take a little, we'll take our leg into our forward stretch. So I'm going to allow the left leg to fall into my right, or my hands. The shin pushes my hands. I head, neck, chest curl off the floor, coming all the way up to a seated position. Stack the spine tall, and I curl back through space. Nice rolling down. And again, pushing head, neck, chest off the floor. Pull the belly in as I do this. Stack tall and curl the spine, rolling down. And third time, curling up. And rolling down. Last time, curling up. And allow the forward fold of the body. So just take my hands towards my feet and fold the spine. Feel just a dripping sensation. Sacrum lengthening towards the ground as the top of the head reaches up and over. Roll up the spine, sitting tall. Feel that length through the back of the neck and pull the lower belly towards the sacrum. Bend the right knee and we'll repeat. So curling back first in the spine, rolling down, lengthening that left thigh long, and head, neck, chest curl to roll up. Scoop the belly in and sit tall. And again, curling back and rolling up. Pull the belly in. Feel the resistance from the shin to the shoulders and curling back. Feel the weight in the left heel as I'm doing this exercise. And last time, curling back and rolling up and forward. And stacking the spine tall. 2 knees in, rolling back. 2 knees come with you. Open up the hip sockets. Roll here. As my shins come back to parallel, head, neck, chest come up, and fold forward and over. Flex the feet. Lift into a little flat back position here. And then lower down, pushing into a point position. Feel the toes curl and bring the heels back towards the sits bones. Rolling back, curl the spine. Open the thighs, open the hip sockets. Roll up through parallel. Up and over, stretch. Flat back, flex the heels. And lower down. Rolling up the spine, heels come to sits bones. One more time, curling back and roll. Thighs open wide. Squeezing into, parallel position. And folding over. Flat back, flex the heels. Pull the belly in. And lengthen forward. Good. Roll up the spine. Let's just take some rolling like a ball. So I'm going to lift into a nice Pilates B position. It's a little tension on the outsides of the shins. Curling back, tuck the tailbone onto our scapula and come up to balance. We're going to roll and 2 And roll 3. And 4. And here, straighten one leg, straighten 2 legs. Roll in this extended position. So curling back 1 and coming up to balance 2. Curling back 3, coming up to balance 4. Curling back 5, balancing 6, and curling back 7. Last time, balance. Bend 1 knee, bend 2 knees, and feet on the floor. Roll down the spine. Grab our TheraBand again. We're going to take our TheraBand into our right foot, right in the middle of the TheraBand, so make sure you have enough room on either side. And just allow that heel to flex towards the ceiling. You can keep your left leg bent or extend it, whatever you feel is better for you. I'm going to gently pull my thigh towards my face and hold here, just allowing the weight of the leg to resist against the TheraBand. Now bend the knee in towards your chest, kind of bring your knee in towards your armpit, and then extend from there, pushing through the heel into the ceiling. And again, bend and pushing up. And third time. And push. And 4th time. And push. Good. From here, allow the TheraBand to open into a second position. So just sliding as much as you can, opening wide. You can adjust your arms on the TheraBand and just kind of let that open the hip socket here. You can grab on with your left arm, actually. Actually, I have 2 arms, just in case. Just let that hip socket, it's hovering out along the floor and really just allowing it to rotate here and turn out the hip. From here, pull into the TheraBand, keeping that heel nice and flexed, up back towards the ceiling. Now crossing over into a little spinal twist, take the TheraBand to the opposite direction, opposite shoulder, and allow this to change the pelvis slightly, resisting against the left side. I'm just going to, again, allow this weight of this foot to rest in the TheraBand. My foot is off the floor, so I'm really just allowing the tension of the TheraBand to create the stretch in the back of my lower spine. And lifting that leg, change the hands, pull into the leg, centering, lift that thigh a little higher if you can, and opening the hip socket to the opposite side again. So nice and smooth, like a little pendulum swing. And this one you can take all the way down, just kind of closing. Now from here, flex the heel. We're just going to center back in the left side of the belly. Yeah, so I'm really neutral spine. My left sacrum is on the floor. And then I'm going to pull into my left hand, and I'm going to pulse, turning out the leg and lifting the heel to the ceiling. So I'm going to pulse 1, 2, really anchoring back on the left side of the body. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go to 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. From here, grab the TheraBand again. Nice smooth action, bringing it back through center. Pull towards the ceiling and letting that take you over into a spinal twist, extending. Again, flexing that heel, allowing the sacrum to fall towards the left side as I resist with my hands in the TheraBand. Should feel a nice stretch from probably almost your sciatic nerve. So sits bone all the way down through the center of the back of the leg. Even my knee is stretching a little bit, calf into heel. And then take that forward one more time, back to the ceiling, lifting up. And then bend the knee, release the TheraBand down, and we can switch legs. So let that leg go long. Let's just give a little shake out for 2 sides. And just kind of rock the sacrum back and forth. Let the legs go. Feel nice and loose. And reverse that. So taking our left foot into the TheraBand and make sure it's a nice grip on the bottom of the foot. And then extend that leg if you want. And just allow the TheraBand to gently pull the left leg up towards your face. Relaxing into the back of the leg stretch. Breathing. From here, bend the left knee, allow that knee to sink in towards the armpit a little bit. And from there, extend, try to get your stretch a little bit higher. And bending in and stretching high. And bending in, third time, and stretching long. And bending in. Just a little top thigh action here. Pushing into the quadriceps. Now opening, you can adjust on the TheraBand as needed. Nice smooth action towards second position. Allowing that leg to just fall into the TheraBand. And again, we're just taking it into our wide second and we're hovering on the floor. So we're really just opening up the left hip socket, anchoring through the right side of the pelvis. Allow that stretch to occur. You can even gently rotate in the hip socket so that my heel is slightly facing the ceiling a little bit more. Oops, I got a cramp. From there, pulling back towards the ceiling, and I'm supporting with my leg. The TheraBand isn't doing all the work. And just gently tug one more time, allowing the stretch in the back leg, and allow that to fall over to the right-hand side. And stretching into a little supine twist. Pulling and resisting against the right weight of gravity. Just stretching out that lower left sacrum. Breathing into it. And one more time, lifting up through center. And finding that center stretch. Changing the TheraBand open, the hip socket. This time we're passing through second position. Inside stretch of the groin all the way to a lower diagonal. And again, hovering here, you're going to rotate the thigh and anchor through the right side, pulling the right belly back. And then I'm going to pulse up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we're done. Coming back through center, lifting the leg, finding that center stretch up and over one more time. Side plane, flipping the TheraBand. You can internally rotate this hip to find a little greater stretch through the back of the leg. And breathe. One more time, coming up through center, lifting the leg high. Just find that stretch one last time, and then lower that leg. Release the TheraBand, and shake the legs out one more time. So just little shakes. And actually give yourself a little heel rock here. So up and down, just jiggling out the spine. Relaxing the body. From here, bring 2 feet in, heels to sits bones. I'm just going to take some simple abs. So let's take a little pelvic rock up to the ceiling. Coming into our bridge position, spiral the pinkies up overhead. Then I'm going to lower vertebrae by vertebrae, sinking into the floor. Head, neck, chest lift, big inhale. And exhale, come up. From here, opening the right foot and the left foot. Sliding heel to sits bones, and then lower back down. And one more time, rocking up into our bridge position. Spiral pinky lift up overhead. And rolling down the spine. And head, neck, chest lifting off the floor. And extend the left leg out. And the right leg. Draw the heels in towards the sits bones. And lower the spine. Again, we roll up into our bridge and spiral pinky lift. Lower the abs and lifting head, neck, chest. We're going to extend the right leg and the left leg. When I get out there, beat the heels together. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From there, lift the right leg off the floor. Left leg. So really deepening back in the belly. Right leg and left leg. Right leg. Left leg. Right leg. Last time. Left leg. Draw the heels in towards the sits bones. Get higher through the head, neck, chest. And lower back down. Good. Take our right leg over. Lift the pelvis to the right side. And take a spinal twist. Allowing the knees to fall to the left side. Opening up the right shoulder. Floss the body. Come back through center. And again, left knee falling into right. Twisting the spine. Right side opens back through center. And one more time, falling to the left. And open back through center. Release the right leg, little flex point, and then lower. And left leg lifting up, crossing the body. Lift the hips up and over to the left side, extending the left arm. Right side twisting. Extend the left shoulder back through space, feeling the rib cage slide towards the floor first, abdominals engaged and centering. And right knee into left knee, falling to the right side. And extending left arm all the way back through center. And one more time, falling. And extending left shoulder. Feel that hit the floor first, rib cage, waist, pelvis. Little flex point here. And lowering down. Good. All right, awesome. So we'll have bringing in the right knee. Just take a couple hip circles here. And reverse. And from here, I'm going to take my right knee up and over. Another spinal twist. Opening up to the left side. Reaching through that right shoulder joint and exhale into the back rib cage. Pulling the obliques back towards you. Centering, grab the right ankle and open up the right thigh towards the ceiling. Stretching in that hip socket, just allowing the weight of the knee to open up the thigh. And opening into our little thigh stretch here, stretching back towards you in space. You can grab your pant leg, your calf, your shin, or your foot if you're ready. And breathe and exhale. And back into our knee position. Inside grip of the foot into a little like happy baby, half happy baby. From here, inhale and exhale, extend the right knee into that high diagonal. And gently pull the thigh open. As you exhale, let it sink towards the floor. And coming back through center, crossing the body. Grab the outside of the ankle, opening up the right thigh, and just feel that glute stretch. Grab the left knee into the right ankle, outside of shin, and we're just going to circle that left hip. 2, gentle stretch on the lower spine for sure. 4, and reverse that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. From here, let's just take this into the left side. So I'm going to allow my foot to touch the floor, falling all the way over into my left. Is this right? I think it's actually the right side. So fall onto the right side. I'm going to flip. Yeah, this is right. Flip over onto my right shoulder and chest. And then I'm going to extend my left arm up overhead and reach away from the heels. Breathe in and out. So you should feel an extreme stretch in the left obliques here. And exhale. And pushing back into that right shoulder, coming back through space, centering the pelvis, and release that leg. Left leg in and extend the right leg down. Little circles to begin. And then reverse that. Just kind of loosening up the hip socket. Left knee comes up and over, supine twist. Open up that left shoulder joint. And breathe into it. Pulling up the back rib cage and stretching away. Left fingertips, left shoulder, opening up away from the left knee. Coming back through center, grab the left ankle and open up that left thigh towards the ceiling. And just breathe here. Pulling that left leg back through space, flexing the heel. Allowing the weight of the leg to fall towards the chest. And one more breath. Bending the knee, inner grip of the foot. Take a half happy baby. So just sinking that knee back in towards the armpit. You should feel a nice little stretch on the inner thigh here. So preparing it for the extension of the knee. Inhale and exhale, extend that leg into that second position and try to push down through the right standing leg as you do this. Every exhale, sink a little bit further into that hamstring stretch. And bend the knee, crossing the body. Feel the outside of the ankle, just turning out that left thigh. Drag the right knee in, grab the outside of the shin in little circles. 1, 2, 3, and reverse that. 1, 2, 3, one more time. 4. Good. From here, we're going to flip over. You can put the right foot on the floor, flip over to the left side, rolling onto that left shoulder. You can pick your body up, flip onto that left chest. Let's bend the arm, and then the right arm extends long. You can just rest the forehead on the floor. Try to release the pelvis, release the knees, release the feet down towards the floor. And breathe. And exhale. And supporting yourself, thread that left arm through. Rolling back onto the back space and release that left leg. We're going to roll onto our bellies one last time. Flipping over. And I'm going to bend the left knee and bend the right knee. So I'm grabbing onto the backs of my ankles. If this is too much, you can always take one and work with one and then switch, supporting from your arm. But if you're ready, you can grab both legs. Rest the chin on the floor. Squeeze the knees together and just feel this quadricep stretch here as the heels rest towards the sits bones. Breathe in and exhale. Push into the tops of the ankles and lift the head, neck, chest off the floor. Little extension stretch here. Breathe in and exhale. And release down. You can release the legs. Take a little windshield wiper with the knees. Back and forth, back and forth. And again, grab the ankles. Squeeze the knees together a little closer in space. Breathe in. And exhale, lift. Opening up. Nice shoulder stretch, nice leg stretch. Lifting into space. And exhale. Release the torso. Let the legs fall. You can just kind of flop them back and forth. Good. Come back into our child's pose. So pushing back through space, letting the heels and sits bones find each other once again. And just rest here. Breathe into the back rib cage, sinking towards the floor. Relax everything. Curling up the spine. One last stretch. We're going to take our left foot forward. So bending into a pigeon position. I'm going to bend that left shin. And if you want, you can try to keep it parallel towards the front of the mat. If flexing this foot feels better for you, do that as well. And as I take my shift, I'm going to try to roll onto that front right hip. And if this is good for you, you can stay here. And if you want to go a little further, Fold the body, walk the hands forward through space, and just feel the weight of the body pressing against the thigh. And just relax. We're going to hold this for a bit. So breathing, just feel that nice glute stretch, opening up the hips. Rest your forehead on the floor. And every breath relaxes you a little bit more. Allowing gravity to do the work for you. Walk the hands in towards the torso. Roll up the spine. Stand tall for a second, lengthening out. Big deep breath in and out. And switch the legs around. So bending the right foot, taking the shin parallel to the front of the mat, flipping onto the back left hip. You can flex that heel if it protects the knee more for you. And if this is good, you can just kind of hold here, supporting your hands and weight. If you want to go further, walk the hands forward into that nice big glute stretch, holding the body and relaxing the weight of the body onto the leg. And 4 or 5 big deep breaths. Walk the hands in towards the body. Sitting tall, big deep breath. And exhale. And rocking around. We can just sit tall to end class. Take your hands on the outside of the knee and close the eyes, sitting, lengthening through the back of the neck. Breathe in and out. Become aware of the pause at the top of the breath before you exhale. And then start pausing at the bottom. And big inhale in. And pause. And exhale out. And pause. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Pause. And inhale in. Pause. And exhale. Pause. And one more time. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Pause. Find the length of the spine. And you can open your eyes and thank you for class.